Welcome to No Ordinary Path. I am Kristen, and I am not a travel nurse. But my husband is, and today I want to talk about how travel nursing has literally changed our lives. This is Real Talk Tuesday. Travel nurse takeover, travel nurse spouse takeover. My husband is a travel nurse and we sold everything and hit the road in our RV in June of 2018. And we have been on the road ever since, so roughly about 19 months. If you're new to our channel, welcome. We're so glad you're here. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the bell for notifications so that you can stay up to speed on all of our latest videos. And my husband's over here playing video games right now, so if you hear like a bunch of clicking, that's him. He never gets to play video games.
Don't make fun of me.
I'm not making fun of you. I'm allowing you to play video games tonight. Let's have a cup of coffee together. I'm going to go over the top 5 reasons why travel nursing has been so awesome for us. I'm coming from the perspective of a travel nurse spouse, so this is not a technical video. I'm sure there's a lot of things about the nursing profession itself that are different or good or bad or whatever for John and his job. But what I'm talking about is how it has affected our family. And if you are out there and you're in the medical profession thinking about doing any kind of travel work, whether that is travel nursing or all the other ways that you can get into traveling as a medical healthcare worker, which if you don't know, you can check out up here. That's what I'm talking about today. So first of all, the most obvious one is that our family has been on more adventures in the last, 19 months than most people get to do in their entire lifetime. And I'm not saying that to be braggy. I'm just saying that that is a huge benefit of a travel profession. We've just gotten to do some amazing kind of once in a lifetime things with our kids that we never thought imaginable. We always said that we're not into traveling, but really it was that we couldn't afford to travel and we didn't think that we could take off time from work to travel, and we never considered traveling. We would go on family vacations every now and then, but nothing like we're doing now. So that's the first thing, adventure, and lots of it. The second thing was very intentional, and that is time together as a family. Now, you might think this is kind of weird because as a nurse, John did not change his schedule at all. He's still working 3 days a week and he has 4 days off. The same thing was the case when we lived in a sticks and bricks. However, when you live in a house and you have all this space to spread out, what happens is that one kid goes to one room, another kid goes to another room, one person goes downstairs and another person's upstairs, and pretty soon you're all on multiple different devices and you're all doing your own thing and you're living your own lives even though you're under the same roof. And that is extremely hard to do in an RV. So while you don't have to live in an RV as a travel nurse, you are in a smaller space because chances are if you're not in an RV, you're probably taking housing or you're in an apartment or an Airbnb. We have days where we are totally being lazy and doing nothing. Like yesterday, we didn't even leave the RV. And today we had to. We had to get out and play in the snow. But like now John is playing, the Xbox, but he's sitting 5 feet away from me. You automatically get a whole bunch of extra family time. The next thing is money. We are a single income household. I have not had a real job for 10 years. I worked at a bank before we got married, and we had dual income then, and we considered ourselves dinks, dual income with no kids. And we have never since then, since the birth of our first son, we have never had a lot of money. And I'm not saying that like as a bad or feel sorry for us. Like, we chose that. I decided to stay home with the kids and we chose to live a more frugal lifestyle. And because of that, for the last 10 years, we have been scrimping pennies, like pinching pennies and living paycheck to paycheck for most of our marriage, and gotten into some financial woes along the way. In comes travel nursing with this crazy opportunity to earn more money as a nurse in his profession that he was already doing than he'd ever made before. And yes, there are extra expenses like traveling and that kind of thing, but we are now able to save money, and we are no longer living paycheck to paycheck, which is the first time in our almost 20 years of marriage. We actually, how many years have we been married? No. When did we get married? 2002, right? Okay, never mind. Okay.
2002.
2002, yes.
A long time.
A long time ago. Okay, so in 2020, we'll have been married for 18 years. And never during those 18 years have we ever not been living paycheck to paycheck until now. But it doesn't stop with just having money to be comfortable and money to put into a savings account. It also has allowed us to do something else that we've never been able to do. See, I told you that we've kind of run into some financial woes in our marriage, and during those times we had some wonderful angels looking out for us that in the right moment that we needed something was there to offer it to us. Like we found money in our mailbox one time, and one time our church paid a bill for us that we couldn't otherwise pay for. And they weren't even just money things. Sometimes people would bring us meals or just like donate things to us. And we've had instances where just supernatural things that could only be explained by like a God moment have happened to us. And we have been incredibly blessed by our friends and by our family, and sometimes by complete strangers. And for the first time in 18 years of marriage, we've been able to pay it forward, which is amazing. And that feels so good. Without going into the details on anything, just suffice it to say we've had the extra money that we felt like we could bless others when we saw that there was a need, and that has been life-changing too. The last thing was a little unexpected, because when my kids were born, I said that I would never homeschool them. Not that I have anything against homeschooling. I had lots of friends that homeschooled their kids. There was nothing that I saw wrong with that. In fact, I admired it. I really did. I thought, wow, that woman over there is like superwoman. I could never do that. And when John decided to travel nurse, part of the deal with travel nursing is if we're going to come along with him, we have to homeschool. So I have to figure it out. And it wasn't a hard decision. I was like, yes, let's do it. And before that, I had never considered it. And now that we've done it and we're in our second year of homeschool, I am incredibly grateful that we were thrown into that, and that I was thrown into that, and we're trying to figure it all out, because the benefits of seeing my children learn something and like see that light click on is incredible. The opportunity that I've had to grow closer to my kids and really understand like what are they interested in, and be able to help steer them in a direction like toward their passion and kind of see that passion come out in them. I'm just not sure that I would see that if I wasn't with them all of the time. And I know sometimes being with them 100% of the time is not so much of a benefit. Sometimes I go a little bit crazy. But for the most part, I really love being both their mom and their teacher. Homeschool has definitely been a benefit and a life changer for me, because I didn't think that I could do it. I didn't think that my kids would like it. I had so many doubts about it, and coming out on this side of it, I mean, we still have our struggles, but it has been so amazing to see them grow and to know who they are as little people and watch them come into their own. Though I am not a travel nurse, and I will never be a nurse, I don't think I can handle nursing. It's not my calling. I'm very, very, very happy and proud and blessed, if I can say, to be the spouse of a traveling nurse, because seriously, it's changed our life. This weekend, we have an episode coming out that I think you're really, really going to enjoy, inspired by our middle child, Ethan. So stay tuned for that, and that will be the last video before Christmas. There will be no Real Talk Tuesday next week and no episode next week as we take the entire week of Christmas to celebrate with our family. We will see you on New Year's Eve with a special video, hopefully announcing where we're off to next. Take care. Have a good one.